This putting green was purchased and installed by a woman, Pam, as a gift to her husband for his birthday. Following is a video showing her steps in installing the putting green and how wide the fringe would be. She first drew her putting green on paper with all measurements, including how far the different curves would be from the edges of the putting green. Layout of area. Pam and her husband determined where they wanted the putting green to be, in their backyard, and then measured the area, and Pam marked it with spray paint on the ground. A putting green should be at least 4 feet from any wall or fence. Remove the sod. Pam rented a sod removal machine to cut the sod in strips. She then cut the sod into manageable rolls and rolled them out of the way. Adding limestone fines. Pam had limestone fines dumped into her driveway, and then she transported them to her backyard with a manageable wheeled container. The limestone fines base should be about 4 inches deep. Pam filled in her base with 2 inches, wetted the base thoroughly, tampered it, and then added 2 more inches of base material. Digging cup holes. Dig at least 1 cubic feet of dirt out of the cup hole and then fill in with pea stone before adding all of the base material. The cup hole has a hole in the bottom, and the water that goes into the cup during a rain will either fill up with water or run into the water catch that you made in the bottom of the hole. Cup hole area. Pam inserted the cups with part of the head sticking up above the surface. Layout of subbase. She finished filling in the subbase area so that the sandstone fines were 4 inches high. Tamp subbase. The base was thoroughly wet down, and she proceeded to tamp the shape and undulations her husband wanted in the putting green. You can use a roller as well. Drainage. She then attached a tight string across the base, about 1 inch above the subbase, in 2 or 3 locations going north and south, and 2 or 3 locations going east and west. We suggest stakes to hold down the string, and inserted a line level on the string in each area. Make sure that the base will drain to the north or the south and either east or west. Drainage should be about 1 inch for every 10 linear feet. Tamping. After she was happy with the drainage and happy with the lay of the subbase, she thoroughly wet down the subbase again, and she tampered it until her husband and her were satisfied. Finishing the subbase. After Pam was satisfied, she turned over her broom and knocked off the stones that were sticking up and brushed them off of the subbase. But it is recommended to add a very light layer of sand to the base to fill in the pit holes and enable the turf to be moved around on the base. Roll out the turf onto the subbase. Pam, with a little help, rolled out the turf onto the subbase. She marked the turf with chalk as per her drawing and proceeded to cut the turf as per her drawing. Fringe. Her fringe was ordered in 1 piece to save money. She cut the 2 end pieces of the fringe first so that the fringe would all be going the same way. She then proceeded to cut strips the width per her drawing and laid them out on the putting green so that they would cover the outline of the cut turf. She then pulled the turf from under the fringe and laid it on top of the fringe and proceeded to mark the outline of the turf into the fringe with chalk. Pam then cut the fringe and removed the cuttings. When you purchase your turf pre-cut, all you have to do is glue it together by the numbers. Gluing. She inserted streaming tape under where the turf would be streamed together. She then pulled up the turf and fringe from the seaming tape and brushed everything off. She then proceeded to glue the turf and fringe to the seaming tape with a notched trowel. Final step. Shake down the perimeter of the putting green with landscaping stakes to avoid ripples due to change in temperature. Turf expands in the heat and contracts in the cold. Finished putting green. You can finish your putting green any way you want to. Pam chose to put stones around her husband's putting green. My friends, it is that easy.